This is Nancy Noble. She was a teacher in Ashland City Schools and a student in Ashland City Schools, and she's going to share her experiences with us. So why don't you start by telling us what grades you taught and how long you taught for Ashland?
I taught for 30 years at Lincoln School. I substitute taught the first year at Lincoln and all the elementary schools and at the high school a lot too. But 30 years, 29 full-time at Lincoln. I taught 3rd grade, 4th grade, 4-5 split, 6th grade, went back down to 3rd grade, and mostly 5th grade for about 21 years. And then I went to Taft School, kindergarten through 3rd grade, so I'm sitting in the building where I first went to school right now, and my mom also taught right down the hall. And then I went to 4th through 6th, I went to Edison, and then I went to the middle school, 7, 8, 9, and then I graduated from the high school.
Okay. How many students did you have in your classes?
32 the first couple years I taught, and then it went back down to 29, 28. There was one year I had 17. We had two 6th grades with 17 kids in it, and it was awesome.
I bet. What grades were at Lincoln?
K through 6 most of the time. Occasionally 6th grade would go out to Montgomery, but not that often. So just K through 6.
Okay. And what subjects did you teach?
Everything. All of it.
So you had math,
everything.
Reading. Okay.
7 subjects.
Okay.
Sometimes a little PE and art too.
What was homework like?
For the kids at Lincoln?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have lots of homework, but it was kind of up to the kids. I mean, we gave them time to get a lot of their work done in school, but anything they didn't get finished, they kind of made their own homework.
Mm-hmm. Did they have gym and art and all those special classes?
Yes, they did.
Okay. What was lunch like at Lincoln?
Well, we had a gym materia caffeinasium at Lincoln, so it was we couldn't have gym while they were eating, but lunch was fine. The food was good.
You had a kitchen that cooked?
I guess there was satellite food that was brought in from some of the other schools. I think maybe Edison brought over, but it was in steam tables, and it was not very good because it sat so long. So we had a teeny tiny kitchen, but the cooks there did a really good job of feeding all the kids. So.
What responsibilities did students have other than just being in class? Like, did they have bus duties or any kind of responsibilities that way?
Safety patrol would be probably the only one I can think of, other than, I guess just safety patrol.
And what were their job? What was the safety patrol's job?
We used to walk the kindergartners to and from school at noon because they were half-day kindergarten. And then we had posts down at 9th and Union, Orange Hill, out in front of the school at Troy and 11th, down by Troy Road Market, Cottage Street, and out in front of the school. So I was the safety patrol advisor. So
yeah.
for 29 years.
What grade was a safety patrol?
5th and 6th.
Okay. Now, as far as recess, what kind of things did the kids do at recess at Lincoln?
Well, we had Mr. Keplinger, Mr. K, always had, we had a kickball league in the spring, and we had a football league in the fall, and then we'd have the Super Bowl or whatever, and then in the fall, and then the teachers would play the soccer, or the kickball winners last day of school or the second to last day of school. But just normal recesses and stuff like that. The kids had a blast, and we let them play in snow, and it was, it was kind of fun. And you had to be tough to play on the playground at Lincoln because we didn't have any grass. So when they played football, they played on the pavement.
Mm-hmm. How did kids get to school? Did they ride the bus? Did they walk? I mean, mainly walkers, and
I'd say about half and half. Most of them walked, but there were 2 or 3 buses that brought kids because there aren't sidewalks out toward some of the trailer parks.
Did you guys had a club, like a unicycle club, is that correct?
We had a unicycle club. Ryan Delaney and I started that, probably 10, 12 years ago, maybe 15. We just thought it'd be something fun for the kids, and we wanted to try to learn to ride too. But Mr. Delaney did learn to ride. I did not. But the kids had a blast, and we've been in many parades and things like that. So
Did
it
you
was cool.
purchase the bikes so they could ride them, or
Yeah.
did the kids have the bikes themselves, or did they take them home and practice?
We bought them. PTO bought some of them. We had donations, different things like that. So.
Okay. Did you guys have like family nights or?
We had lots of different things like that. We had bowling, the bowling ball at Luray a couple times. We had fall festivals. Just all kinds of different things going on. Movie night, family movie nights. Things on the playground. Puglisi Pizza came one night during the fall festival and gave them all pizza out of his trailer. We had a lot of field trips. We went to the Cleveland Indians game. We went, and they were school field trips. Went to the Cleveland Indians game, the Akron Arrows game, the COSI in Columbus. We went to where else? The Cleveland the Columbus Zoo, the Science Center in Cleveland, the Rock Hall. We were lots and lots of field trips. Hale Farm, things like that. So,
now in one of the articles I read about burying a time capsule. Were you involved in that?
we did. We buried a time capsule the year we got the school sign, which was paid for by PTO and donations and things like that. And so we buried the time capsule. It was in a mayonnaise jar we got from the cooks, and plastic with a metal lid, and we sealed it with duct tape and buried it down in the hole with the school sign. And we, of course, we couldn't find it when we went to dig it up for the celebration for the school closing. So nobody knows where it is. It's got a lot of little
put in it?
Well, it's got some time for kids papers. We've got class pictures. Every classroom put something in it. It was a time when the teeny weeny Beanie Babies were in, so just anything you can imagine. I think I have a paper somewhere where we wrote down what we put in it, so but we don't know where it is.
And speaking of when they closed the schools, can you talk about what you did when they were going to close the schools, how old the school was at the time?
It was 101 years old when we closed it. I retired the year before, so for the 100th anniversary we had a parade, and we had sweatshirts. I have the sweatshirt on right now. And just celebrated the school being 100 years old. And the parade was really cool.
And what was in the parade?
We had fire trucks and police cruisers and state high patrolmen. Tyler Anderson was one of the state high patrolmen, and he had gone to Lincoln. We had a tent set up on the front lawn. The mayor came. And then lots of alumni, older people that we didn't even know went to the school. So it was really cool. It was quite a celebration.
And what was the feeling when they finally closed the school? How did the community react to that?
Oh, the kids were sad, and the parents were sad. People were sad. Yeah.
Is there any other memories you want to share about either when you were a student or when you were a teacher that you'd like to share with?
Well, I don't know. I think it's exciting that we're building new buildings. We haven't built any since I was in kindergarten, other than the additions to Lincoln and Taft, so it's an exciting time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for interviewing with us.